Okay, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome wherever you are joining us around the world. It's great to be back here in Guildhall in the City of London. Those of you who are here, those of you that will remember, we were here for the Joshua Dubois press conference. What a fight, what a night that turned out to be. And we're only a couple of weeks removed from an iconic night in Riyadh. Artur Beterbiev became the undisputed world light heavyweight champion. This is just the kind of history being made by Riyadh season. That was a night, that was a fight that caused drama, that caused action, and that caused plenty of debate. And it also served as a bit of a reminder as to what Riyadh season is delivering. At the highest level of the sport, it's about the best versus the best. And that's what today is about. Today we formally launch another iconic event, December 21st, Usyk versus Fury 2. This is very much the best versus the best. Back in May, Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, they finally met. They met in a ring of fire to decide the first undisputed world heavyweight champion of the century. On December 21st, that ring of fire is reignited. Oleksandr Usyk gets the opportunity to rubber stamp his legacy, to do once again what he's already done. Tyson Fury gets the opportunity at redemption and also to become a three-time world heavyweight champion. And thankfully, all of us get the opportunity to just watch it unfold. December 21st. Have a look at this top table here as well. I mean, it's what we expect from these Riyadh season events. It's just banger after banger, so many fantastic undercard fights, fighters with points to prove, statements to make, and some fighters who may well be the future of this sport. I want to open up by bringing in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. Frank will speak about the main event in the part two, but the undercard, you're sat next to what many are calling the future of the division. It's a brilliant undercard. Talk to us about it.
Well, it is, as you say, it's a brilliant undercard, and we've got the WBO World Youth Champion in Moses, who's done everything, and I mean everything that's been asked of him up to us yet. One of the most exciting young fighters I've ever been involved with, still a teenager. And this is a big step up for him, a massive step up. Yeah, his last fight, he stopped walking 2 rounds, and with Dempsey, he lost to Hrgovic, I think it was the last fight, over 12 rounds. And we all see Hrgovic in his last loss, or his first loss, I should say, against Daniel Dubois, which was for the interim world title. And you see how dangerous Hrgovic was, but he went 12 rounds. We got to the 12th round with him. So this is a big step up for Moses. But we got confidence in him, we believe in him, and we believe that he, in time, will be the future of heavyweight boxing.
Thank you, Frank. Let's bring in Eddie Hearn. Eddie, this, again, the sort of undercard that we expect from these Riyadh season events. Plenty of interest from your side as well, with, of course, Peter McGrail taking on Dennis McCann and Johnny Fisher against Dave Allen. So much to talk about. Talk to us about it.
Thanks, Dev. Yeah, I mean, I think that even if we had no fighters on this card, we'd be there, because what we saw first time around was just one of the best fights I've ever seen live between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Really blessed and thankful to be given opportunities for our fighters on this card. And when you look at the 3 Matchroom guys on the card, I mean, Not Here Today, for me, is one of the best fights in the 154-pound division. Israel Madrimov against Sergey Bokacic, 2 guys that could have got the nod in their last fight against Terence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz, jumped straight in with each other. It's an incredible matchup. Johnny Fisher, you know, you talk about Moses Atumu, that's an outstanding talent. For me, those 2 guys there are the future of the heavyweight division in this country. Johnny Fisher, the biggest ticket seller in the country outside of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury right now. He's got a great fight against the ever-popular Dave Allen. It's a really tough fight and a good step up. And for me, one of the best fights that can be made in British boxing, which is Peter McGrail against Dennis McCann. You know, the number 1, number 2 super bantamweights in the country, both world-class fighters fighting for the British and European titles. And I think this is exactly what we need to see in the sport. The opportunity that I think both guys on this platform have to take, and we're the benefactors of that, seeing these great matchups. And I just want to say as well, I want to make sure that everybody and every fight fan tries to get themselves to Riyadh on December 21st. You know, we were there a couple of weeks ago for Bivol against Beterbiev. This place is incredible. I actually went last weekend to watch the tennis, to see the opening of the snooker academy there. The 167 snooker masters is on the same week as Fury Usyk. When people talk about the lack of you know, the atmosphere in Riyadh, if you would have seen the tennis last week, if you would have seen the snooker, if you would have seen Fury Usyk, the atmosphere is brilliant. And last time for Fury Usyk, the weigh-in, the press conference, the fight was electric. So we're all going to be working hard with Queensberry and Gold Star to make sure that it's accessible for UK fight fans. Johnny Fisher's going to be bringing out a huge army just on his own. But honestly, you have to come and experience this place. It's incredible. There's so much happening there. And let's create a night to remember for what is, I think, the biggest night of boxing in 2024 on December 21st.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Let's start speaking to the fighters. Lee McGregor against Isaac Lowe in the featherweight division. This is a fight that has been bubbling away. It's been on, it's been off, but now it's very much on. And I'd like to start with Lee McGregor here. And Lee, I heard you talk about this is the sort of night that you live for. This is everything, right? Huge stage, chance to finally put this rivalry with Isaac Lowe to bed.
Yeah, no, for sure, Dev. As you say, it's been bubbling for a long time. We were due to fight in December last year. Unfortunately, Al got injured. We rescheduled the date for early this year. For whatever reason, the fight never happened. Fortunately for the both of us, it's landed on this huge event, one of the biggest events that the world is going to see. So I'm just absolutely buzzing and ready to make a statement.
I watched your kind of digital face-off with Isaac Lowe from last year when this fight was first scheduled. All seemed pretty friendly, pretty amicable. And then I checked Twitter, and more recently there's things about Isaac Lowe saying he's going to put you to sleep and retire you. What's happened? What's gone wrong, Lee?
I don't know, honestly. This is what I mean. You don't know what you're getting with Isaac. So we'll see December the 21st. The talking stops. We get. It's just me and him in the ring. There's no entourage. There's no Tyson. There's nobody. It's just me and Isaac, and the best man will win. And I firmly believe that'll be me.
Well, let's bring in the Westgate Warrior, Isaac Lowe.
How do we do, people?
We're doing well, I'm doing well, I think the people are doing well, and we'll be doing very well when we see you on December 21st against Lee McGregor. It's a fight that you have wanted for some time. Tell us your thoughts heading into it.
Yeah, like Lisa just said there, it's been coming off for 12 months now, and we're finally going to settle the dust on December the 21st. I'm looking forward to it. It's a fight what we picked. We got a few names got mentioned to Spencer, and we picked on. We wanted Lee. We wanted Lee from last year with him pulling out. Obviously, he had an injury problem, but it's been 12 months in the making now, and I think I need to make a big statement in this fight, and I think Lee's the right person to do it again. So, yeah, just make sure you don't have no more injuries and just turn up on December the 21st.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry.
Don't worry, son.
You should get down on your knees and suck my balls, so I'll give you the biggest chance in boxing.
Just apologies for...
Sorry about that.
Let's try and keep it clean, please, fellas. Isaac, let me just ask you this. There was a comment from Lee McGregor, again on Twitter, where he talked about, if you want me to beat you up on your mate's undercard, I will gladly beat you up on that. That's, I guess, what he has the opportunity to do, but you've got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, if he beats me up, he beats me up. I'm going to try and beat him up. So the good thing is we're going to go on. The winner of this fight is the fans. Whoever knows boxing knows me and Lee's style. We're going to go there, and he's going to punch the shit out of me, and I'm going to punch the shit out of him, and obviously there's got to be a winner. The good thing is we're going to get paid for it. I'm going to go back home to our family safe and well, and that's the most important thing. But there's only one winner, and there's only one outcome of this fight, and it goes however I want to go. Outbox him, stop him. So depends what mood I'm in.
Well, okay, apologies again for the language. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, anyone offended by a few stray words here and there. Lee McGregor, let me just get the final word from you on this fight. How's it going to go? What's going to happen? What's the plan December 21st?
Well, do you know what? Isaac has proved himself. He's proved that he is a good fighter. You know, he's only lost at the top level twice. Both world champions, Nick Ball and Lopez. So I do feel like I'm going to go in here and make a statement and win this well and convincingly, however it may be.
Just don't take a backward step now when it comes to it. Don't back off. Stand and fight.
Well, this is the thing, Dave. I can win this fight any way I want. You know, people forget my amateur background. I've fought for GB. I've travelled the world. People in boxing know how good I really am. Sometimes I let my heart rule my head. But on December the 21st, we'll get it right. We'll get the job done, and we'll get it done in style. And I'll make a statement, like I say.
Thank you, Lee McGregor. Thank you, Isaac Lowe, as well. I told you, this one is bubbling away. They've wanted to fight each other for about a year. December 21st, they will do just that. All right, let's move to the super bantamweight division. As Eddie Hearn put earlier, one of the best fights that can be made right now in the division, Dennis McCann and Peter McGrail. Now, Dennis McCann brings in his British, Commonwealth and European titles, and Peter McGrail, simply one of the best amateurs this country's ever seen, and he's his mandatory. Let's speak first to Peter McGrail. Peter, I watched an interview with Dennis McCann the other day. He said, "Peter, get ready, because you know who the man is." So, Peter, give us your thoughts, and who is the man?
I'm the man, Dev. He knows I'm the man. His team knows I'm the man.
Everyone in this room knows he's the man.
And I'm going to show you all December 21st who the boy is. So, yeah, that's it, Dev.
This is a fight that you've wanted for some time, right?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, he's got the belts on the domestic scene, and, you know, he's a big name. He's Queensberry's little golden boy, and, you know, that finishes on December the 21st.
Well, let's bring in Queensberry's little golden boy, as you put there, Peter. Dennis, this is a great fight. Fantastic against a British opponent who's very, very confident that he's going to do a number on you on December 21st. What are you thinking?
100%. Listen, action speaks louder than words. We see what happened to him before. He got sleeped by Gerald Quinn, who in my eyes is a journeyman, really, to be honest with you.
Lad,
let me finish. I'm talking. 1 second.
He's better than your best.
Who's a journeyman, to be honest with you.
17 and all, lad.
He's fought absolutely no one.
Lad, your best win.
He's an amateur.
You got beat off Baluta and got gifted a draw. You got gifted a draw off Baluta.
This is professional boxing.
17 and all he was, lad.
Shush, I'm talking.
Yeah,
all the us. And we get smacked straight in that chin.
One will see that.
He'll know then. This is professional boxing. Yeah. You can't be ussing and running around like a chicken around the ring.
You can talk as much as you want, yeah. You're still going to get a beat down on December the 21st.
Yeah, well, listen, you should thank me you're even here, to be honest with you, because God knows how you even got here.
To be honest, I can't even
God knows
you
got here. You've beaten absolutely no one. You stepped up once.
By my granddad for Crimbo.
Aye, you've stepped up once, you got sleeped. And you're going to get sleeped again December 21st. I'm going to knock you straight out.
Right, Sam, we'll see, lad.
You're 28 years of age, now 29 years of age now.
Lad,
really, it's now or never, really, you know what I mean?
Who's 24, who's 23. At the end of the day, lad, we're going to fight December 21st.
You're 28, 29 years of age, you know what I mean?
Not mumbling, lad, I can't even understand you.
Relax. All that tongue Italian, that shillage is making you very angry. Relax, brother. It's all good.
I'm good, me, lad, I'm good, don't worry.
You're going to get your little weapons December 21st.
Sausage.
To be honest with you, I think it's the fight of the card. I think it's definitely going to be a great fight.
I don't think so, Dennis. Me and Lee I'm not having that.
Stylistically, it's a great fight. And stylistically, I think that his style, southpaw, I think it's my favourite type of style to fight. I think it's great. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a very entertaining fight, but I think it only goes one way, and that's Peter McGrail looking up off the canvas.
You box no one like me, lad.
I box no one like you. Give your head a wobble, brother, please.
You box no one like me.
Give yourself a few slaps in the face and wake yourself up.
You box no one like me.
Who have you beat?
December the 21st.
Who, brother? Who have you beat? Brad Foster ain't won a fight in 4 years.
I'm going to beat you December.
Mark Leach was fresh out the pub 2 weeks before the fight. Who have you beat?
I'm going to beat you December, lad.
Okay, fellas.
You beat lad Baluta. You got gifted a win. You got gifted a draw.
I know you knocked... Baluta barely survived the 12 rounds.
You got gifted a draw and then you couldn't even get him out of there. Put me in with Baluta, lad. He wouldn't last a few rounds.
You're fighting for my belts. Your belt, you can bring that... You can bring that back with you to Liverpool, to be honest.
I'm dated for your belt, lad, and
that belt is not with a fag to me. I wouldn't even wear that around my waist. You can keep that, to be honest with you.
I've
achieved more than you have, a 22-year-old, than you have in your whole career.
Okay, I'm just going to come in there. Thank you, Dennis and Peter. Between you've covered all of my questions. So we're going to move things on, Frank.
And you're missing an important thing. It's Queensberry v Matchroom again. So there's a lot at stake. So you can't let us down. You can't let us down.
Don't worry, man. I won't let you down. I ain't let you down before.
This is what this is all about. We've got to win this one. This is a big,
this is a great
fight. A lot on the line, boys.
Great fight.
Brilliant fight. Super bantamweight division, British, Commonwealth and European titles on the line. Dennis McCann.
And still.
Peter McGraw. I'm sure Dennis
And the
McCann
new.
and still. And we've heard and the new. Let's move things on
Go.
to the heavyweights. To the heavyweight division. We've got a couple of absolutely brilliant fights here. Two of the most popular British heavyweights of the last few years, Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen, will now clash. They've flirted about fighting for a little while, and now it's finally going to happen. And I'm going to start with Dave Allen. Great to see you back, Dave. And this is a fight that I understand you knew would happen one day.
Yeah, first of all, just want to say how grateful I am to be on this show. Many times over the last even 10 years, didn't think I'd be involved in big fights ever. So to be back in on a stage like this, I'm very grateful and thankful to everyone involved. Secondly, me and Johnny are on very good terms. There'll be no back and forth with us. This will be a bit of a quieter one. But yeah, I always knew it would happen. The last few years, I was the first pro he sparred. And from that day, I knew that I'd do really well. We've kept in touch. And, the last 12, 18 months, he started to improve, get some good wins. And the trajectory that he was on, and the trajectory that I've been on, I knew that we'd meet somewhere in the middle. So it's a fight I wouldn't have taken if I didn't think I could win. It depends how good Johnny Fisher is. Like being completely honest, if he is really, really, really good, I'm probably in trouble. But if he's not, I'm just the guy to beat him. So I'm looking forward to it, and may the best man win.
Well, let's bring in the Romford Bull, Johnny Fisher. Great to see you. If you're really, 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 really good, Dave Allen's in trouble. So how good are you?
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. It's an honour and a privilege to be here, and these are the nights you dream of as a kid, to be on shows like this. So I'm very thankful as well as Dave is. And I don't know if I'm really, 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 really good, but I'm all right, and I can punch, and I train hard, and I'm fit, and I'm strong. And I've got to be all them things to beat Dave Allen. I know what it's like sparring with Dave Allen. We sparred 5 years ago when I was 19, 20 years old. And he gave me a bit of a pasting, if I'm being honest, but I knew that day when I walked out of that gym, I've got the minerals of what it takes to be a heavyweight boxer. And I've learnt a lot in that time with Mark Tibbs, Jimmy Tibbs, Sonny Cannon in the gym. And now it's about showing and expressing them skills. And if I'm not on it, and if I don't show what I'm about, Dave Allen's the sort of bloke who can get into the fight. He can wing them in, he's clever, he's cute, and I've got to be 100% on it. The pressure's on me in this fight, I know that. I say I've been more active, but Dave Allen's actually fought more rounds than me this year. I've fought a total of 1 round, because I've had 2 first-round knockouts. So it's up to me to get about and set about Dave. He might be my mate, but when we come to the 21st of December, I'm going to give it 110%, and I'm sure he'll be doing the same.
What are your advantages, Johnny?
I'm fresher, I'm a 25-year-old young man, I can punch, and I've got a great corner. And boxing, you can have all them physical attributes, you can be fit and strong, but mentally in your head, that's the most important thing. And I think I'm made of strong stuff, and I'm waiting for that day to prove it. And if Dave's up for it, and if he's on it, I think he'll have to try and bring that out of me. So I'm prepared for any eventuality in this fight, that's my strength.
Well, Dave Allen, I understand this fight's been presented before, you might have mentioned it there, and you waited because you wanted to be ready. So what makes this version of Dave Allen ready, not just to come and give it a go and give us all a good show, but to actually beat Johnny Fisher, to upset Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, this is my last chance, really. I've said that about 8 times, but I think this actually might be the last one. Yeah, I'm stubborn, that's what I am, really. There's nothing really special about me at all. I'm not fast, I don't punch that hard, but I'm just stubborn, really. I've been around forever. I've sparred everyone, I've boxed everyone. I'm just stubborn, yeah. So, like, from round 1 to 10, I'm going to be there. So, yeah, as I've said before, like, it really depends on how good he is. If he's the real deal, like I said, I'm in trouble. If he's not, I will beat him. I've proven that in the past. And, of course, it is my last chance. I've been guilty in the past of probably not putting 100% in, but I know this is the one. It's like when I boxed David Price. I was the young kid coming through, and now I guess I'm in the last chance saloon. And realistically, really, this was the most winnable fight out of all of the fights I could have had. He is still a baby. So yeah, I really do think the best version of myself wins this fight. I've got to train hard, and I've got to get a bed the right side that day. But if I do that, I have no doubts at all that I win this fight. So, yeah, I really genuinely have no doubts at all. I know how good I can be. I just hope that I've not missed the boat, really, in terms of taking it serious. But having 2 kids, it's really switched me on. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I want to give it my best.
Thank you, Dave. Final one to you, Johnny. Looking forward to a big Chinese in Riyadh?
100%. I hope everyone's there. We're going to get some sweet and sour chicken balls in. We'll get some crispy aromatic duck. But aside from that, Dave is a mate, really. I'm on good terms with him. But when that bell goes, I'm going to give it 110%. And he's fighting, as he said, for his kids, for his family. I don't have any kids of myself, but I've got a family at home. And I'm fighting every time I get in that ring to give them a better life. So I've got just as much motivation as anyone else on this table.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen, brilliant fight, heavyweight fight coming up on the undercard. Well, the next one is truly a heavyweight fight. There's a man here sat next to Frank Warren, seen by many as the future of the heavyweight division in Moses Italma. But he takes on Dempsey McKean, who is by far, on paper, the toughest test of his career and very much has his own ambitions to become a world champion. Let's begin with Dempsey McKean. Moses has been calling you out. He's been calling your name for a little while. Why do you think he's been doing that?
Look, he's probably in the position where he wants to step up, and that's exactly what he wants to do. So I think he said he called out numerous people and tried to get a bite. And, we've been dying for a fight for a long time. I've been out of the ring since the Hergovic fight. It's been just over a year. We've been in the gym every day. We've been prepping for fights. Some fights have fallen through. So it's not like I'm coming off the couch. I'm in good stead. I'm in good shape. And, he's got a world rank, and I lost my world rankings after my recent loss. So what better way to take out the number 6 in the WBO and take his position and climb my shot back up at another title.
Well, the narrative around all of Moses' fights so far have been about, can this guy test him? Can he get rounds in? How's he going to look compared to this guy? But you are very much a heavyweight, only one loss on your record in the final round against Hergovic. You've got your own ambitions. Tell us about them.
Yeah, definitely. I see myself as still a contender. Another good win is going to chuck me straight back in the mix, and world-rated heavyweight in the top 10, and someone is starting to get a bit of hype behind him as well. So what better way to test myself? If I can't beat Moses, then I'm not going to beat the top guys. So.
And do you think the hype's real?
Yeah, look, he's got a good skill set. He's young, he's immature, he's inexperienced, he's only 19, so we're looking to capitalise on a few of those things. So, but he's a good, fast southpaw. There's no doubt in my mind that he's a good fighter, and like I said, he's got a good skill set. So, but we're going to come in with a good game plan, and as long as we execute that, we're going to come away with our hand raised.
Well, let's speak to Moses Italma. Dempsey McKean is here, confident, ready to take you on December 21st. You've been mentioning his name for a while. Why?
To be fair, Joe, I want to start off by saying thank you for everyone for coming out. And I would also like to say thank you to Dempsey McKean for obviously taking this fight. Like I have stated before, since my fight with Marius Wack, I've literally called out everybody and anybody. And Dempsey McKean happened to be one of the guys that I called out. And obviously he's accepted the fight, and I'm happy. I'm happy because this is the step up I wanted. This is the step up I need. And I feel like a KO win with Dempsey McKean could definitely put me up there.
Do you think he can test you? Do you think this is the guy?
100%. How can he not? Like, literally, his only loss was to Filip Hrgovic, which was in the last round. So I believe that this is a good fight for me. And I'm just happy to get back in there. Like, I haven't boxed for like so it seems like forever. And I just want to get back in the ring, and against Dempsey McKean, I can really test myself, see how far I can go.
He says you're inexperienced. I think he's probably right there, although you've been boxing as an amateur for many years as well. But he's seen things he can capitalise on. What do you think about that?
Listen, we'll see when we get in there. Like, obviously, a lot of people do think that. And that's probably why people kind of take the fight against me. They're like, oh, he's inexperienced, he ain't done this, he ain't done that. I've been boxing this more than half my life. I'm not exactly like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like expect something big, I guess.
Dempsey, is this too much too soon for Moses Italma?
Yeah, look, they've been saying they wanted to step up, yeah? So what better opportunity than to have a step up and try and let's see what kind of medal he's got as well. So you've got to give your hat off to him. 19 years old, taking on a good contender. Like I said, only losses to Filip Hrgovic, and you've got to give him his flowers where they're due. So, but I think it's probably too soon for him. I'm feeling confident coming in. Too big, too strong, too much experience, and it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good fight, regardless. Like I said, he's a crafty southpaw, and I think it's going to be a great fight.
I just wanted to say, Dempsey, you're meant to feel like that. You are meant to feel like that. Listen, I don't want to fight you if you think that you're going to get in and you're going to lose. I want you to have that attitude of, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to win.
Of course, I'm not here like majority of the other opponents, just happy to come in, collect a paycheck. I'm coming in with a full camp under my belt, good condition, training specifically for you as well.
Good. And that's only going to bring the best out of us, and we can obviously display that for the fans. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited to share the ring.
Get it on.
I'm excited too. Thank you, Dempsey. Moses, just a final one to yourself. I can't ignore that you are sat next to Johnny Fisher. Both of you are seen really as the future of British heavyweight boxing and beyond. I saw you do an interview the other day saying, why would he fight a 19-year-old who could potentially end his career? Tell us more about that, and how does it feel to be sat next to the wrong
I kind of feel like you've not done this on purpose, because he is Eddie's man, and he was like, let's sit him next to Moses at the time. But listen, I think Johnny Fisher's improved since he's turned pro. Listen, I don't hate the man. Obviously, I've sparred him before. Obviously, me and Johnny have had a few conversations. Listen, I don't hate the man, but I feel like, listen, the fight will always be there on the table if you ever want it. And one day, we'll have it. Maybe a Chinese after or something.
I agree. We didn't get that Chinese in when we meant to a few years back. But listen, I will fight anyone. Anyone out there, I will fight. What they've got to realise is my value of what I bring to the table. But listen, I think I'm not a Man City. I'm not an AC Milan. I'm not a Liverpool. But I am a cold night away in Stoke. And to beat me, you've got to pull your socks up and put your shin pads on to beat me. But listen, Moses Atalma, a great talent. I've got so much respect for him. And that is a massive fight for the British public down the line, and I think that can happen.
Presumably you agree, Moses. Big fight.
100%. Honestly.
What are you ordering from the Chinese, though, if we go after? What's your order?
We'll see when we get there.
All right, lovely.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone at this top table. That concludes part one of today's two-part press conference. We're going to get some face-offs now down the front. Thank you.
And he learns off each fight. It's not just about what you're doing in the ring, it's about how they prepare in the ring, how their attitude walking around. And so I like him because he's enthusiastic and he's still young. I like him because he's naive and still wants to learn. I like him because the kid can fight. We just don't know how good he can fight yet until these times fights like he's come and tell us then something else about how good he is or isn't.
So facing off now, we've got Isaac Lowe and Lee McGregor. This was an interesting one up on the top table. It's been brewing for a while, this fight. Isaac Lowe had a decent win back in May on Tyson Fury's undercard. McGregor, who was a European, British and Commonwealth champion of bantamweight, boxed for an IBO world title. It went wrong that night. He's been rebuilding since, but that is a fight definitely with some spice, as is this one. That's Peter McGrail there on the right-hand side, making his way to the middle. Dennis McCann will come and join him. McCann, European, British and Commonwealth champion at super bantamweight. He turned pro young from the travelling community, so has been boxing a really long time. Good amateur, no senior experience. McGrail, all the senior experience you could want, Matt. A really, really good amateur McGrail. He doesn't quite get the credits. It didn't happen for him in the Olympics, but a couple of medals at World Championships, European Championships. And this is a brilliant fight for him particularly because he's lost by knockout once. He needs to get past that, and he can jump the queue a bit here by beating McGann and taking those belts. That's his plan, and he feels like he's ready because of all that amateur experience.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight, this, because they're both really well schooled. But McCann turned pro young, didn't he, 18, and has really sort of paid his dues as a professional, picking up titles, picking up that experience, picking up that seasoning, where McGrail's turned pro later, but he's got an extensive amateur career and pedigree behind him. So it's kind of like the guy who's come through the amateur system against the guy who's been, come through the pro system. So it's a good fight. Both really confident, a little bit of needle there as well. So I've got to say that's probably, by the main event, I'm probably looking forward to that fight as much as any of them.
It's a terrific fight, it really is. Dave Allen making his way to the centre. Johnny Fisher will join him. Fabian, what do you make of Johnny Fisher? Because he's a level-headed guy. He's got great support. He's been moved well, I think. He's got a really good experienced corner with the Tibbs. But again, we don't really know, do we? Quite yet.
I think that's the thing. I think obviously it was set up very nicely for him and Moses to be sat next to each other. But that is the comparison at that level of them two, because they are the next two coming through really to make their way through the division. And when you compare their resumes and you compare their careers and then you compare the people they've fought and stuff, you look at the trajectory and you see Moses picking massive names and no discredit to Johnny whatsoever. Whoever he's put in front of him, he's absolutely cleaned them out. But there is a gap difference in the choice of opponent. And I think at some point we do need to see Johnny really step up, almost take a chance, take a risk, throw himself in there in a 50-50, maybe even some 60-40, something a bit closer to the mark, and really see what he's made of.
So Moses the Tower and Dempsey McKean, we chatted about this one already. In terms of Johnny Fisher and Moses the Tower, have you sparred both of these two? Either of these two?
I've sparred Johnny countless times. Moses I haven't actually sparred because we're all very particular in our sparring, and he's a southpaw, and I haven't had a southpaw come up as yet. Obviously my last two fights have been Fraser Clark, so there's been no need for southpaw sparring as of yet. But we all are obviously stable mates. We're all in that Ben Davison gym. Me, Moses, AJ, Jamie TKV, the lot of us. So we all mix and mash and get in there together. But I haven't sparred him just as of yet.